Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to start the third unit, the digital signaling for fading channels. Okay, digital signaling for fading channels. In the third unit, we are going to discuss about structure of wireless communication link, principles of offset QPSK, P by 4 DQPSK, minimum shift keying, Gaussian minimum shift keying, error probability in fading channel, OFDM principle, cyclic prefix, windowing, and PAPR. So the first topic is structure of wireless communication link. Okay, so in this structure of wireless communication link, block diagram, how the information is transmitted from a transmitter to the receiver through a channel, that we are going to discuss how the information is transmitting. We know the information we are passing is in the analog form. Okay, so this analog signal is transmitting to the through the analog channel and then to the output. Okay, that is the receiver. Okay, analog information sync output. So for that is this analog information, we have to convert this analog information into digital. Okay, to increase the reliability of the link. So the main goal of the wireless link is the transmission of information from analog information source. Okay, what are the source of information? That is microphone. It may be a microphone, it may be video camera, etc. Okay, then through an analog wireless propagation channel, okay, to the output, that is analog information sync. It may be a loudspeaker or TV screen, etc. Okay, so we know this analog information cannot be transmitted in the analog manner, right? So we are just converting the analog signal into digital signal. Okay, the digitizing of the information is done to increase the reliability of the link. Okay, we know when we transmit the signal through the channels, there will be various errors, interference, and all, right? So just to reduce that, we are just adding redundancy. Okay, just we are adding the redundancy in the form of forward error correction codes. Okay, that is what is the purpose of this error correction code is just to resist the errors that are introduced in the channel. In the channel there will be various interference or errors will be there. So just to overcome that thing, we are using the forward error correction code. Okay, so this is the block diagram of the structure of wireless communication link. That is, first one is the information source, then source code or channel code, modulation, multiple access technique, then propagation channel, then diversity combiner, then it will pass to the channel. Okay, then diversity combiner, separation of the desired user, equalizer, demodulation, channel decoder, source decoder, and information sync. That is the information sync, what I told. Okay, so first the information is passed through the source code. Okay, so the encoded data are then used as the input to the modulator. So that we can discuss after this. So here the encoded data are used as the input to the modulator. Okay, which maps the data to the output waveform that can be transmitted. Okay, this is the symbol block diagram of a wireless communication link, transmission as well as reception path. Okay, so at the receiver side, the signal is received by on. We know there will be various antennas, right? Multiple inputs will be there, multiple outputs will be there. So at the receiver side, the signal is received by on or many antennas. Okay, the different users are separated. Okay, users will be separated by this. If the channel is delay dispersive, then an equalizer can be used to reverse that dispersion and eliminate the intersymbol interference. Okay, So we know, if one person is, suppose if we are making a conference call, we know there will be your, suppose if there is 4 users are using that conference call, all of them are in different place. Suppose if one person is transmitting also means it will reaching in the 3 destinations, right? So that is the thing. At the receiver, the signal is received by one or more antennas, and the different users are separated. Okay, if the channel is delay dispersive, then an equalizer can be used to reverse that dispersion and eliminate the intersimple interference. After that, the signal is demodulated, that is removing the carrier signal, and a channel decoder eliminates the error that are present in the resulting bit. After the removing of the carrier signal, there will be some error. It will be cleared using the decoder in okay, that in the after the removal of the carrier signal, there will be a bit stream, right? In that bit stream also there will be some errors that will be eliminated by the channel decoder. Okay, then the finally source decoder is there. The source decoder finally maps this bit stream to an analog information stream. The goal of the that goes to the information sink. In the information sink means the output. Okay, that is the loudspeaker. It may be a loudspeaker or a TV monitor. Okay, this is the main concept of the structural of the wireless communication link. Okay, that is first the information source, that is what we are giving, analog information. It is given to the source coder. Okay, it is given to the source coder. Then in the source coder, it is compressed to the it is the compression to reduce the redundancy. Okay, just to reduce the redundancy, we are using this source coder, just coding the source coder, where that is the information source, analog source is converting into digital source. Okay, that's all takes place in this source, in between this information source and the source coder. Okay, then channel coder. What is channel coder? It will just add the redundancy to make it resistant to the errors. Okay, that is just add the forward error correction code just to make it resistant to errors. Okay, then it will pass on to the modulator. What is modulator? It modulates the signal. Okay, multiply it with the carrier signal just to provide a very good transmission. Okay, then it will provide to the multiple access scheme, that is this signal will be many to one. So multiple access scheme, that is there will be various schemes will be there, right? TDMA, FDMA, CDMA. Based on that, the signal will be transmitted by using that. Then it will pass to the propagation channel. Okay, it may be the air or something like that. Okay, propagation channel. Then in the receiver side, diversity combiner is there. Okay, diversity combiner is there. Then the separation of the desired user. Okay, separation of the desired user. Then it will pass to the equalizer. Demodulator where the carrier signal is removed. Then channel decoder, source decoder, then the information sink. In the information sink, we will receive the output signal, which will be passed to the loudspeaker or TV screen, whatever it is, it will happen there. So here in this figure, it just shows the 3 methods are there, right? Digital transmitter will be there, analog propagation channel will be there, and then the digital receiver is there. Okay, so in the digital transmitter, the information source. Okay, what is information source? What is that? Is the information what we are telling. Okay, that is the information source. it is passed to the source A to D converter. That is, we have to convert this into analog to digital converter. Okay, then it will pass on to the source coder. Okay, in the analog to digital converter, convert the signal into a stream of digital data. Okay, so here the conversion rate is of 8K samples per second, and 8K samples per second with 8-bit resolution. Okay, that is the conversion rate. What is the conversion rate? 8K samples per second and 8-bit resolution. Okay, so just it produces the data stream of 64 bits per second. That is the source A to D converter. Okay, that is analog to digital converter. Input source is converting into analog signal. Okay, then it will pass on to the source coder. Okay, in the source coder it will do the compression just to reduce the redundancy. Okay, in this we know there will be some various errors in this. Okay, so just in the source coder it will provide the compression to just reduce the redundancy. Okay, here the amount of data and the bandwidth are decreased. Okay, so after that it will pass on to the channel coder. So in the channel coder what they do is it will add the redundancy to make it more resistant to error. That is, as I told earlier, they will add the forward error correction code. Okay, to make it more resistant to error. Okay, then it will pass on to the mux. What is mux? Multiple access. Okay, here in this multiple access it combines user data and signaling information. Okay, it just combines the user data and signaling information, and it combines the data from multiple user. Okay, it combines the user data and signaling information and combines the data from multiple users. Okay, it produces a data stream of so here in this mux we know in this it produces a data stream of 182.4 kilobits per second due to multiplexing of various signals. Okay, here the data, here it produces a data stream of what? 182.4 kilobits per second. Okay, then it will in the multiplex two inputs are there from the channel coder as well as signaling. Okay, in the signaling it adds the control information for the connection establishment and signaling synchronization. Okay, it just add the control information. Okay, for this what in the signaling for the connection establishment and the synchronization. Okay, then it will pass on to the baseband modulator. Okay, so in the baseband modulator it will assign data to symbols in the baseband. Okay, it assign data to the symbols in the baseband, and here the oversampling is also done here, and here it produces the discrete data stream of 70 megabits per second. That is in the baseband modulator. Then in the analog in the transmitter side also we know the analog. Here what is the main concept of this structure of wireless communication link? They are using analog information and pass the same analog information through the channel and then to the receiver that produce the analog output. Okay, so here in the transmitter also the digital data is again converted into transmit d bar a. That is, it will generate analog voltages with respect to the transmit symbols. Okay, it just generate the analog voltage with respect to the transmit symbols. Okay, then it will pass on to the low pass filter. Okay, here in the low pass filter, it just eliminate the out of band components according to the modulator format. Okay, so this will just eliminate the out of band components according to modulation format. Okay, then it will pass on to the up converter. It converts the baseband signal to passband signal by mixing with local oscillator. Okay, it just converts the baseband signal to passband signal by mixing with local oscillator. So next, there also one input to the up converter, that is the local oscillator of the transmitter. Okay, it produces unmodulated sine wave. Okay, it just produces sine wave, and mixer to produce the higher frequency. Just to produce the higher frequency signal, we are using local oscillator. Then the transmitter filter. Okay, so in the transmitter filter, there will be a particular band of frequency. So out of band, so it will just eliminate the out of band emission in the RF domain due to the outcomes. Okay, then after this information is passed on through the analog propagation channel. Okay, in the analog propagation channel, it attenuates the signal and leads to delay and frequency dispersion. Okay, so here in this, as I told you, in the analog propagation channel, the environment adds noise and co-channel interference. Okay, in the receiver side, there is a receiver filter. The receiver filter eliminates noise through the channel in received band of signal. Okay, then in the receiver side, receiver down converter is there. It just convert the passband signal into baseband signal, and then in the baseband filter is there, which eliminates the adjacent channel interference and noise. Okay, baseband filter just eliminate the adjacent channel interference and noise. Then receiver A to D converter. In the receiver side also, we have to convert the analog information into digital information. Okay, just we have to convert analog signal to discrete symbols. Okay, then the baseband demodulator is there. So here in this baseband demodulation, soft decision to convert symbol to bit stream. Here it will convert the symbol to the bit stream. Then the signaling, it will just separate data and signal. uh, okay, then the carrier recovery is there. What is the carrier recovery? It just determines the frequency and phase of carrier of the received signal. Just to analyze the frequency and phase of the carrier of the received signal. It is used to adjust the receiver local oscillator. Okay, in the receiver also local oscillator is there. So it is mainly used to adjust the receiver local oscillator. Then symbol time recovery. It is mainly used to use demodulated data to determine an estimate of the duration of symbol. That is the symbol time recovery. That is just mainly used to estimate the duration of the symbols. Use it to fine tune sampling intervals. Just for the tuning also, we are using the symbol time recovery. Okay, next, signaling recovery. Okay, just in signaling recovery, it identifies the parts of the data that represent signaling information. Okay, it just identifies the part of the data that represents signaling information and control the subsequent demultiplexers. Okay, here in this receiver side, it is just happening as the opposite of the transmitting. Okay, so next it will pass on to the channel decoder and source decoder. So the hard just we have to find the original data. Okay, so in this channel decoder and source decoder, we are just finding the original data. Okay, also we are eliminating the errors in the bit stream. Okay, then from the source coder, it is passing on to the digital to analog sync, where digital to analog conversion is taking place, and the information sync, that is the received output signal. Okay, these all comes under the digital receiver. Here is this definition. Source HD converter, just the signal into streams of data, then analog to digital conversion rate of 8K samples, 8 kilobit samples per second, and 8-bit resolution. It produces data streams of 64 bits per second. Next one is the source coder, just the compression to reduce the redundancy. Amount of data and bandwidth are decreased. It produces data bits of 13 kilobits per second. Then channel coder, it add redundancy to make it resistant to errors, and also it produces a data stream of 22.8 kilobits per second. Then multiplexer, it just combines the user data and signaling information and combines the data from multiple users. It produces a data stream of 182.4 kilobits per second due to multiplexing of various signals. Then signaling, just add the control information for the connection establishment. And synchronization, signaling and multiplexing combination, mux combination produce the data stream of 271.4 kilobits per second. Then baseband modulator, it just assign data to symbol in the baseband. Okay, here oversampling is also done in the baseband modulator. Then it produces discrete data stream of 70 megabits per second. Okay, then the transmitter D bar A, it will generate analog voltage with respect to the transmit symbol. Then the low pass filter, it just eliminates the out of band components according to the modulation format. Then up conversion, it converts the baseband signal to passband signal by mixing with local oscillator. Okay, then the local oscillator of the transmitter, it just produces the unmodulated sine wave and mix to produce the high frequency. Okay, transmitted filter, it just eliminate the out of band emission in the RF domain due to conversion. Okay, analog propagation channel, it just attenuate the signal and leads to delay and frequency dispersion. Okay, so here the environment add noise and co-channel interference. In the receiver side, the receiver filter is there which eliminates the noise through the channel in received band of signal. Okay, then receiver up converter, it just convert the passband signal to baseband signal. Okay, the baseband filter eliminates the adjacent channel interference and noise. Okay, then receiver A bar D, which just converts the analog signal to discrete symbol. Then baseband demodulation. Here the it will take the soft decision to convert symbol to bit stream, and then signaling, which separate the data and signals. Okay, for the multiple antennas, receiver select the one signal. Then the carrier recovery, it determines the frequency and phase of the carrier of the received signal. The received signal, there will be a carrier, right? So it will just determines the frequency and phase of the carrier signals. Okay, it is used to adjust the receiver local oscillator. Okay, then symbol time recovery, It is mainly used it use demodulated data to determine an estimate of duration of the symbol. Use it to fine tune the sampling intervals. Okay, then signaling recovery, it just identifies the parts of the data that represent signaling information and control the subsequent demultiplexer. Okay, then channel decoder and source decoder, here it will just take the hard decision to find the original data and also to eliminate the error in the bit stream. Okay, next, digital to analog sync. In that, digital to analog conversion takes place, and in the information sync, the received output signal, that is the received output signal. Okay, so the last one is the simplified link model. So in the simplified link model, digital data source is passed to the baseband modulation, then equivalent time discrete low pass channel will pass through the low pass channel, then to the baseband demodulation, then decision circuit is there, then digital data sync. Okay, so here in the digital data source, part of the transmission between the information source and output of the transmitter multiplexer. Okay, so equivalent time discrete low pass channel. So here that is the analog radius channel. It up converters will be there, down converters, RF elements, filters and amplifier, noise and interference signals. Okay, this is just the simplified model of the detailed descripted model in as we learn in the above slides. Okay, so these all about the structure of wireless communication link. Hope you understand the topic. Just write the notes and send it to me as soon as possible. Okay, thank you.